So, we have provided you with videos for each and every learning objective, presentations for these videos, revision sheets, assignments, whether that's a constructive response or objective response, and revision note documents. That is actually the most important document, so please do not forget this area. And I'm going to drill into each of these materials and really give you a process of how to start revising. Because what we want is for you to engage in active learning. I'm a massive neuroscience geek, and passive learning, merely just reading or listening, isn't going to do the job. So we want you to put things into your own words, because the studies show that active learning actually promotes memory retention. So we want you to remember this information, and you're not going to remember it if you just repeat the words from the book or the words that I've said. It's about putting it into your own words. Let's start looking at the videos first. So you're going to have a video for each learning objective for every single module. I recommend that you watch a learning outcome, i.e. 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 at a time. Don't try and tackle the huge video in itself, the whole learning objective, because that's going to be way too much for you. And as I said, make notes as you watch in your own words. This is really important because if you can understand it enough to put it into your own words, you're more likely to remember it. Presentations. We've provided you with a presentation for every single video, so the videos are from that presentation. Use these documents when writing your notes from the video, and use these when completing the answers for your revision notes, which we'll talk about in a second. Essentially, as you're working through the video, make your notes on the presentation copy, and those notes should be in your own words as you are going through. You can then collate these together to complete your final set of revision notes. Revision sheets. Revision sheets are the cliff notes from the book. Now, you don't have to use these. You may prefer to use the chapters in the book. That's absolutely fine. What I tried to do is pick out all of the key areas that I thought made up these learning outcomes. And you should be able to clearly see on each of these revision sheet documents that they are linked in a table to the actual learning outcome that it responds to. Remember, that's really important because the questions are asked from the learning outcomes. And I think I've stressed this already. Read and make the notes in your own words to promote that memory retention. Assignments. So once you've made your way through the material, you will have some sample essay questions. For constructive response exams, you will have 4 sample essay questions for each module, and for objective, you will have sample multiple choice questions. We only have a limited number of these because CIPS keeps them in the bank and reuses questions. Therefore, I think we've got 20 in total at the current moment. And these are great to be able to test yourself. The final document that I want to talk about is the revision notes document. This for me is the most important stage. Remember, the questions are asked from the learning outcomes. So this revision note document are short questions that are designed to test you on each and every learning outcome. To be clear, the questions will not be that straightforward in your actual exam, but this is to ensure that you understand each and every learning outcome which you could be asked a question on. Answer these with bullet points and condense your notes down to a manageable amount. We suggest that once you've done this, that you might also want to get family and friends and co-opt them and get them to quiz you on those questions.